Midgar, the city of eternal night. Miserable place to live. The plates above block all sunlight, ensuring that everyone below lives in perpetual darkness. Without the warmth and light of the sun, everyone just falls into a gloomy haze. It makes a person lose all hope. Listen, I'm still a young man, but I've learned some things about life. I learned that you truly reap what you sow. A lot of us grow up without learning to be content, and we're always seeking after something unreal and fantastical. Something we can't have, something we shouldn't have. Our parents gave us food, but they didn't give us the food we truly needed, the lessons that teach us to not get involved with the world's foolishness. Left untaught, we chase after fantasies. I grew up in a small town called Nibelheim. I wasn't happy. I hated it. I was bored, and I wanted excitement and action. Then I saw an ad for joining the Shinra military. I saw images of Sephiroth, and I heard people praise him for his courage and strength. I wanted what Sephiroth had. I wanted glory. I wanted praise. I wanted to be a hero. What a fool I was. The Shinra military wasn't a group of heroes, but a band of thugs that kill whoever they are told to kill. Sephiroth wasn't a war hero, but a self-hating freak created in a laboratory with a superiority complex. The people praising Shinra were just afraid of incurring Shinra's wrath and having their village destroyed by Shinra's dogs. It was all a lie, and I bought into it. But I only believed it because of my own stupidity and vanity. If I was wiser, I would have been content. I bought into a fantasy, and I got what I deserved. I met Zack, another guy who bought into the lie, but he actually succeeded at becoming a soldier, whereas I was a failure. After the horrific events at Nibelheim at the hands of Sephiroth, Zack's persona was transferred to me, and I became a shadow of him. You reap what you sow. I had a fantasy of being a soldier, and after inheriting Zack's skills and memories, I lived a fantasy life pretending to be a soldier. I got exactly what I wanted, what I justly deserved. I lived out in my actions what I had in my thoughts. Dreams turned into reality, but it was still a fantasy. My advice for anyone listening is this: own your mistakes. Take responsibility for where your life has gone. It's up to you whether you give up and fall into despair, or get up and chart a new course for your life. You can recover, but you have to be willing. Don't give yourself the right to mope and feel sorry for yourself. So many people never bother to climb out of the pit. It's more comfortable to come up with excuses. Some blame their parents. Some blame their society. Some blame the stars. But if you can feel sorry for yourself, then you can work towards salvation. We have a conscience that guides us, but so many of us choose to ignore it and then claim we never knew the difference between right and wrong. When we repeatedly ignore our conscience, it becomes dull and useless, a dim light no longer able to guide us. But if we get a hold of ourselves and start doing good, that conscience of ours will get stronger and bring us back to good health. I'm done ignoring my conscience. I'm done chasing a fool's version of heroism. Ending lives doesn't make anyone a hero. Saving lives, stopping people from destroying themselves, that's what a hero does. A hero doesn't need any weapon other than their words and their good deeds. Words of kindness stop people from jumping off the ledge. Acts of charity rekindle hope. Do not neglect the tremendous power of simple actions. If you have the time to mope, you have the time to work. Find work to do. Get busy. Get so tired that you don't have the time or energy to mope and feel sorry for yourself. Many people suffer from having too much free time on their hands, too much time to be idle. The easier their lives are, the more they complain. When you have no problems, you have to actively seek out problems. You become desperate to find problems. Count your blessings. It's inevitable that we fall, but getting back up is a choice. I could have spent the rest of my life isolated and useless to everyone. But I decided that wasn't fair. It took away my right to complain. There are people who have it worse than me. If I don't make an effort to help them, my conscience accuses me of neglect. It convicts me, and I stand convicted. Being a hero doesn't mean superhuman feats of strength. It means doing the tasks set before you each day. It's only difficult to some people because they are so distracted by the world that they don't pay attention to the opportunities that present themselves. Be dead to the world and its foolishness. Disengage. Focus on those behaviors that govern your everyday life. Hunt down and destroy those self-sabotaging and destructive mindsets that constantly bring you down and lead you to failure. I look at myself in the mirror and ask, who am I? To this day, I can't really give a satisfying answer, but there is something inside of us that has the power to choose, and we can choose between good and evil every day. Maybe there is no good answer to the question, or maybe we're asking the wrong question. Perhaps there is a yearning and desire that just can't be satisfied in this life. When I was a child, I wasn't content with being simple. Have I learned my lesson? Maybe I should just think of myself as a man who does what he can every day. That's my advice for other young people like me, for what it's worth. Stop chasing fantasies. Take responsibility for your mistakes. Get up when you fall, and be content with simplicity. Our lives and sense of self are cobbled together from the attitudes and ideas of various people around us. We should take the time daily to examine ourselves and keep the good parts and throw out the bad. We're all some type of patchwork quilt, but we can at least be made up of only good quality materials. We can't stop life from happening to us, but we can choose what we accept within us and what we remove and throw away. I won't stop questioning myself and figuring things out. Ask me again in 10 years, and hopefully I'll give you a better answer. As for me, there are people who need my help, and I humbly accept the role given to me. I accept my place. I will do the work put in front of me every day without complaint. It's gloomy here in Midgar. I need to get out and get some fresh air and sunlight. Seek peace and let peace be with you always.